All right, I decided I'm gonna do a tier list of Hasbin Hotel songs, just because I've got a few of these on my playlist on Spotify, just because they're amazing. Like, I don't think that there's a single bad song in the entire first season. There are a couple that I like a little bit less than the others, and there's some that I absolutely have on every playlist right now. And one of the interesting things I've found on with Has Been Hotel is just everybody's list, everybody's top 16 favorites are all a little bit different, and that's what's great about this soundtrack is that I mean you have a whether it's Moana or any of these like Disney musicals, there's generally one or two that everybody has at the top. And if you look at people's list, they're all kind of really in pretty much the same. Maybe a little bit different, but mostly the same. But with Has Been Hotel, they're all completely different. So I thought I'd put my 2 cents in, and we'll kind of see where I end up having the songs. But anyways, let's just get this thing going. We're gonna start with it starts with Sorry. And if I butcher any of the song names, I was gonna look at my Spotify list to make sure I got them exactly right, but I don't really care so much. But starts with Sorry. This is one. Gosh, I would probably have to put it as C. It's kind of important. It kind of sets the tone for how naive Charlie is, but also shows that naivety really pays off in the end, and kind of gives us it helps us transition Serpentius from a villain into somebody that we root for. So I think it's kind of a really important song. Stayed Gone. Gosh. Okay, for now I'm going to put it in the A tier. Anytime Alistair sings is pretty amazing. I'm not as big of a Alistair stan as what a lot of people are. I don't get me wrong, I love him, but he's definitely not my favorite character. But I feel like this really sets the tone for who Alistair is, even more than a lot of his dialogue and his actions. And that's one thing I found with the music in Has Been Hotel is that for the most part, you really get to know the characters mostly through the music. That's where you really start to feel like you understand who they are emotionally and mentally. And this is no exception. And then it really also sets up the rivalry between Alistair and Vox, which I hope gets explored a lot more in season 2. I felt like they hit it pretty decent in season 1, but I almost feel like maybe that rivalry could have been like completely cut out of this season, and it really wouldn't have made a big difference. But anyways, I still will love the song. Respectless, I got an S tier. Camilla and Velvet's vocals are both amazing. The way it transitions from different styles, the Spanish guitar, anytime Camilla sings, I think it's just absolutely amazing. And her voice, just Camilla's voice, is just, to me, is the best voice in the series. And I know a lot of people will disagree with that, but hey, that's my opinion. The next one, and this is going to be really controversial because I've seen this song put in D tier by a lot of people. Man, I've got it in A and borderline S tier. It is in my main playlist that I have on Spotify right now. I feel like it really... So Camilla, even though she's not everybody's favorite, I love her. I love her. The reason why she does what she does is to protect her daughters. And really, this show a lot is about, parents and their kids and the importance of those relationship, whether it's Charlie and Lucifer or Camilla and her daughters. And I just thought that was really beautiful. Like I felt like her song and the way she sung it and what it was about was absolutely beautiful. And then Vaggie also really kind of setting the tone for who she is and what her motivations are, which is literally like her only real motivation, I would say, through most of this season is protecting Charlie and trying to support Charlie. And I thought that the song did a very good job of setting that up. Let's see. I think, yeah, this is Poison, obviously S tier. One of the best songs on the soundtrack in the season, and really the contrast between like 90% of the song and then the last few seconds really hits hard. And it's maybe the most emotional song in the entire season. Because you go from, like, before this song, you really feel like maybe Angel Dust is kind of a two-dimensional character. But then when you really understand what he's going through emotionally at the end, it really, like I said before, the songs, like, help you understand who these characters are emotionally. And this song, probably more than any of the other ones, exemplifies that. Loser Baby, I got that in A tier, and this is one that I think a lot of people have in S tier. I think it's great. Obviously, Keith David's voice as Husker is amazing. I mean, like, from a technical standpoint, this might be the best song in the entire season, and it also hits pretty good emotionally. It just didn't hit for me as much as Poison did, or, Respectless. Hell is Forever. This is another one that's going to be controversial. I liked it. I thought it was important for setting up who Adam was, setting him up as a great antagonist for the entire season. And I felt like it's just the way it ramped up from Charlie, trying to ramble on and explain what she was trying to do, to all of a sudden this kind of like this, I don't know, a jock jam type thing that Adam was doing. And really showing how he's a dick, basically. He's an asshole. I thought it really exemplified that, but it's just not one of my favorites. Let's see, Happy Day in Hell. I've got that in A tier. It sets the stage for what the season is. It sets the stage for what Charlie's motivations are. And really, I think it does a good job of being an kind of a off-ramp for anybody that doesn't like musicals to really, like, this is what the series is going to be. If you don't like this song, you might as well just stop watching the entire season. And if you like the song, you know that what you're in for. And really, it really helps people understand what the actual show is. Let's see. Hell's Greatest Dad, I think, is the name of this. That's another one I've got an A tier. The rivalry between Alistair and Lucifer, I think, is really, really a cool dynamic that I hope gets shown a little bit more in season 2. And I have a theory that somehow Alistair and Lilith are in cahoots together. And this, I think this song, if that ends up being the case, this song is going to hit even harder. But I think Alistair's real motivation is wanting to manipulate Charlie. And depending on how that goes, this song is either going to come off as Alistair truly caring and wanting to help Charlie, or showing just how manipulative Alistair is. But it also kind of shows that Lucifer's, I don't know, just shows that he's kind of insecure when it comes to Charlie and really everything. I think that's why he's kind of locked himself away and isn't even aware of what's going on in hell. It's because he's just insecure. And I thought that this song really helped exemplify that. And then just the kind of the battle back and forth was kind of intense, and I really enjoyed it. Where it kind of drops just a little bit, that ending with Mimsy, I think most people can agree we could definitely do without that. And probably my favorite song in the entire season is More Than Anything, at least the first version of it. Absolutely beautiful. As a girl dad, having a daughter, this song just every single time just hits me. and she's an adult now, so there's this kind of, I know my role is different in her life than what it was before, and just trying to be supportive and trying to get to know who she is as an adult, as a young woman. And I think that's what this song is really about, is Lucifer. Like, I think when he showed up at the door, he, emotionally was in this, I've got to be the protector. And by the end of the song, he realizes he just has to be the support, and he's proud of who she becomes, and he's really seeing her for the first time. And I think it's just absolutely beautiful. The harmony between the two at the end is just absolutely stunning. More than anything, I think that the visuals in this, the animation, really, really works well with this song. Just absolutely amazing overall. Welcome to Heaven. I'll put it in C. It's short, and the only reason it's not in D is that I feel like this song really helps contrast between the regular citizens of heaven and what Adam and the exterminators are, and even to some extent Sarah, because I think most people in heaven in this series are oblivious. Ignorance is bliss. And I think that that's really exemplified by St. Peter. I mean, I don't think St. Peter is a bad person. I think that he's supporting something that is toxic and wrong, but he isn't bad. And I think that most of the people in heaven are probably the same way. Where if they found out, just like when Emily later on finds out about the exterminations, they would be disgusted by it. Oh gosh, what is the name of the song? You didn't know. That's definitely A tier. It sets up. Let's just say I think it really sets up next season more than anything, because I think there's going to be a lot of Emily trying to kind of figure out how to support Charlie. I think these two are really going to have kind of a more of a relationship in season 2. Not like that kind of relationship, but I think that they're going to be very important to each other as they both try to reform the entire system. And this song is really about, Emily and some of the other angels finding out that shit's fucked up, and that there needs to be some changes. It also shows that there is no consistency when it comes to who goes to heaven and who goes to hell. And I think overall, the overall story of this show is going to be about, figuring that out. All right, so the next one is, is this the finale? Yeah, the finale, S tier, really emotional kickers. It's such a good melody of different voices, different people singing. We find out that Alistair is, really what his motivations are, I think, which is to rule hell and to get rid of get rid of whoever is pulling his strings, and to be the one in control. And I think when we see that at the end, it kind of, when we go back to Hell's Greatest Dad and Alistair trying to support Charlie, I think this song helps us put that in a different perspective, where I don't really know that he has Charlie's best interest in his heart. I think he just really wants control, and he wants to manipulate her, and I think that really shows that. It also sets up the emotional beats of seeing Sir Pentious, and at that point we think that he's dead, and when we find out that he went to heaven, I feel like this song really pushes that moment into more of an emotional moment. Out for Love, I think, is the name of this one. Another, I think, A tier song. It shows that when the motivation for what you're trying to do is from the heart, as opposed to anger or revenge, that you're just gonna be able to accomplish it a lot better. And I think that's what this song is about. Camilla and Vaggie both, if their motivation is out of trying to protect those that they love, they're going to be able to get things done a lot more than if they're out for revenge. And this song really exemplifies that. Oh gosh, now I'm trying to remember what the name of this song is. Ready for This or something like that. It's a good song. I feel like it helps us. It's a transition, I guess, for Charlie from being super naive and not really getting what she needs to do to all of a sudden her understanding her role as a leader. So I think it's important. I think that there is a before this song Charlie and there's an after this song Charlie. And if it wasn't for this moment, I don't think that she succeeds in the end. So it's a very important. And then Morning More Than Anything Reprisal, I think is also A tier. We finally get to see a kiss between Vaggie and Charlie. And then you see Charlie fully like understand Vaggie and Vaggie completely express her love for her. And I it's just honestly, it's short and it's sweet, but mostly it's sweet. It's just a very sweet song. But anyways, that's my list. Let me know in the comments down below how you have the songs. And remember, this is just subjective. This is my opinion. Your opinion's going to be different. And that's what's great about this show is that everybody's got a different perspective on the songs. And I think that's absolutely beautiful. And if you notice, I didn't even need the D tier on there because I don't feel like there's a single song on here that belongs there. But yeah, anyways, I love the show. I hope you're enjoying it too. And can't wait for season 2.